Madden football is the home of Super Bowl 57, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the New York Giants and the Buffalo Bills. All that and more coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Buffalo Bills taking on the NFC champions, the New York Giants. Brandon Gaud alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, the Bills have been a team trending upwards the last few years. They did take a couple of devastating losses to KC in the playoffs the last 2 seasons, but here they are seeking that elusive first ever Super Bowl title.
And remember the history of this franchise, partner. They had been there 4 times in the 90s. Super Bowls 25, 26, 27, 28 without a victory. Somewhere, their quarterback, Jim Kelly, their runner, Thurman Thomas, their head coach, Marv Levy, they have to be smiling watching this team go for their first Super Bowl title.
Meanwhile, what a turnaround for the Giants. They finished with losing seasons 8 of the last 9 years, including, you remember, 4-13 last year. But now here they are, champions of the NFC, looking for their 5th ever Super Bowl title.
And making it even more prestigious, they had not won a playoff game in a decade. In fact, their last playoff win was Super Bowl 46 back in 2012.
And we will not have a return, so the first drive of the Super Bowl will begin at the 25. With the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm. They start the drive with Cook. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. So the shotgun snap to Allen. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Allen going to throw. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. First go on offense for the Giants under the guidance of Daniel Jones, the former Duke Blue Devil.
Came into this season with his future as a starter for the Giants on the line. And it's safe to say that he not only tuned out all of the outside noise, he put plenty of those questions to rest by getting the Giants here tonight. If he continues to play like the Danny Dimes we saw this season, the Giants will have a shot at taking home the Lombardi Trophy.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Throwing Jones. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Again, it's Barkley. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. As this complete to Daniel Bellinger. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 33. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Now Jones. Got a man, that's Richie James. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12. looking to throw. Jones. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Now a toss right to Barkley. The broken tackle could not free him as he's brought down at the 10-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. To throw on 3rd down. Jones. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
Gano's kick is good. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. And here come the Bills. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. On play action, Allen. Sliding out of the pocket. This is brought in by the tight end, Tommy. Now the ball comes loose, and the Giants have it. It's picked up, and he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. 1 quarter done, 3 more to play here in Super Bowl. And we are back. Biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, and both teams ready for the start of the 2nd quarter. 2nd down, here's Barkley again. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 53 yards rushing for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl. Back to throw. Jones. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
All defense is worried that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
On 2nd and goal, Jones, touchdown Giants! Kenny Galladay on the touchdown throw from Daniel Jones as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point try good by Gano, and the lead grows to 10-0. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's capped off by the touchdown from Kenny Galladay. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. Now Allen. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Allen. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. They'll roll him out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Dexter Lawrence able to bust free and get to the quarterback. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. James now to return it. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because
that all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
I know I should keep the focus on the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Gano for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run to Scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Fabian Moreau. And the Giants are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. It's Barkley on the counter. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. They'll run it again with Barkley. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Looking to throw. Jones. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
Many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Gano's kick is good. Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, There's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. The Bills ready to take over. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now left side on the swing pass. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time looked well for a solid gain.
Meanwhile, Allen's throw taken in by Diggs. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. He finds his man, complete. It's McKenzie. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And again, it's Allen. That's complete to Davis. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less, as they come up on 2nd and inches. Allen's throw here taken in by Knox. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. The kick by Bass is good, and that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing at the break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Tre'Davious White with a pick.
And the Bills are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. One of the greatest performances of the year usually, but not here. Halftime of the Super Bowl is skipped, and we are on to the 2nd half.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside. And a mistake on the lateral. It's a loose ball. And oh, that is going to be a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot, because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
To return is McKenzie.
The Bills offense set to take over to begin quarter number 3.
And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting more pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
After the sack on first down, Allen. He's got the hook up with Diggs. Past the 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs, 73
almost ran the flyer out there, didn't he?
You broke it down perfectly. He ends up catching that one and taking it all the way into the end zone.
Well, thanks. It was pretty simple to break down, though, man. That's just a guy going, running on the go route, making a play.
Speed, speed, speed. And what does it do?
It kills.
There you go.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And it'll end there as he goes out of bounds, but a heck of a return all the way inside the opposite 40.
Forget the idea of flipping the field. They have now put themselves in a position to score points with that big-time return.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Up the middle with Barkley. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Jones. This one is Slayton over the middle. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Off the play fake. Jones steps away. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Daniel Jones, a 3-yard run as he kept it himself. And the Giants will extend their third-quarter lead here in the Super Bowl. Gano the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. So the safety, obviously a big play, but now the offense, maybe they feel pressure to score with the defense doing something like that.
And it's good pressure because they put them in a nice spot now, having scored the points on defense, turn the ball back over to them. You're right, there's pressure to score, but they feel good about their chances.
That's good. They like that pressure. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down. Back to the ground. This time Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Now Allen. It's complete to Diggs. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Here's Allen to throw it. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
3rd quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And this one is incomplete.
And where they are on the scoreboard almost dictates taking this big shot and trying to get right back into the game. They took it there and couldn't connect. Despite the defense being ready, go ahead and force it downfield. See what you can get.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And that is caught. It's Davis. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Gabriel Davis, 35 yards. And the Bills are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And this is back to an 8-point game. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got a man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. A big play there for the Giants. And even 60 yards. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Just one more quarter remains in the season-long race. Folks, welcome back to the biggest stage in sports, the Super Bowl, and now we get down to the good stuff, the 4th and final quarter. He'll buy some time, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had a big play to start the drive, not much sense. Jones going to keep once more. And they'll rally and stop him short of the 1st down at about the 6. Give him a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it still brings up 4th.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a 1st down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Kicks it on the ground with a squib, taken around the 28. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw, it's Allen. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Fabian Moreau. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. Look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now, hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. To try again after the sack. Jones, out route pass complete to Bellinger. 13 yards, good for a Giant 1st down. And quickly, they get to the line. Now Jones, throwing on 1st down. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. From the 24, Jones. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Jones on 3rd and 2, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Gregory Rousseau able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. So Jones off, Graham Gano on here for the New York Giants field goal. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. Gano's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. And now out come the Bills. And we're at the time of this Super Bowl where, look, they need points, and they need them badly. Trailing here in the 4th quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10. And meanwhile, Allen's throw will be caught by McKenzie. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Allen now looks to throw. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Allen's throw is complete, and they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 40. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves his sticks. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10, right at the 40. Again, they'll throw with Allen. Caught right side, Davis. Touchdown, Bills. Gabriel Davis, his 2nd touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the Bills have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal. And he loses the football a 2nd time. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And this is going to be brought back for a Bills touchdown. Now still down 1. Here's an utterly critical extra point attempt here. And it is good. There were about 70,000 people about to turn blue from holding their breaths. But it's good, and this Super Bowl is tied. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. Taking it about the 1. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there, caught at the 26. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And this Super Bowl has been as good as advertised. Probably one of the best that we've seen in recent memory. All even here in this 4th quarter. Jones throw brought in by Bellinger. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley.
Personal foul. Defense.
So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely, and no matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
And some room to work. And he will take it all in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his second touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the Giants answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. Important extra point up and through, and they will take a 7-point lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. And the Bills are going to recover. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when we score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The 20.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Allen. And it's caught. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second. We do have a flag.
And they'll accept that penalty.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The New York set to take the field.
Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Now he's going to throw deep right side. And this is going to be intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick.
And the Bills are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They, of course, tie game, would like to avoid overtime if they could.
And a lot of people would go ahead and play it safe here and get to overtime and try and win it there. But, you know, sitting up here in the booth,
take some gambles.
I say let's go for this thing, try and push it, and maybe catch the defense back on their heels a bit.
See if they do that. Flushed out right. And the pressure gets to him again. Whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
So the Bills going to be the first to get it as we are back underway here in overtime. And no return here to begin the overtime session. That'll be a touchback.
And the Bills getting set to go.
And CD, we get to see the debut of the brand new postseason overtime rules. Now, as everybody is learning, both teams are going to be guaranteed an offensive possession. So They might get the ball first here, but a touchdown does not right away win the game.
And we saw many marker games along the way that sparked a lot of conversation. But the Buffalo-Kansas City game, the 2022 playoffs, that really brought about this rule change. What an amazing game, a true classic. Ended in overtime without Buffalo getting a shot with the football, and the people didn't like that at all. So starting this season, if you make the playoffs, you'll get a chance to answer if the other team scores first, and that way you get a chance to keep a great game as well as your hopes alive as you chase the big prize.
They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. A great return there of 22 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And now out come the Giants.
That last defensive stand, that is the defensive stand of the season. I mean, you get it on this stage in overtime in the Super Bowl, and now you set your offense up here, Charles. All they need is a field goal.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. A huge play there in overtime. 49 yards.
Remember, all they need is a field goal here, but the offense still on the field, 1st and goal.
They'll try and run forward Barkley. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Now Jones. And he's into the end zone. Move over, James White. You've got a new rival for best finish to a Super Bowl ever.
He didn't originally want to run, but he didn't see anything in the passing game, so he scrambled, and wouldn't you know it, he scores a touchdown anyway. It's awfully nice to have a quarterback who can make things happen with his legs.
And the New York Football Giants are the toast of the National Football League. They are the Super Bowl champs. For the victors, getting to hoist that Lombardi trophy. You know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. The accomplishment, forever.